Welcome back to the show, you guys. Coming to you here from Hyper RPG Studios. Woo! My name is Mari, and we've got
Sohinki,
Joven,
Lasercorn,
Rob,
and Will.
Together we are the mighty
New Element 6! Did you say sucks?
He did.
Wait, what?
I can't get over it.
Who throws a shoe?
Don't take your shoe off!
Yeah, put your shoe back on.
That punishes all of us.
Look, I'm wearing
Element
socks. Look at my socks. They're NES controllers because we're
NES.
NES!
I was gonna more comment how you have an entire dog stuck to the bottom of your freaking sock.
It's the type I've chosen.
Yes, it's the Knights of Dog Hair. Is their other name.
Okay, I'm with it. That's
Yeah.
a dog.
Hey.
Today we've got a little icebreaker topic. We've got a main topic where we're talking about our time in Los Angeles, and then we'll end it up with a little Q&A called NE6 questions, and then we'll end the show with a quote from our very own Jovenshire.
Snap.
Stop it!
What's happening?
I just want to snap it on everyone.
Yeah, no, are we back in 3rd grade?
No.
I'm sorry, what just happened?
My favorite photo that I've ever posted is the one where it was the 4 of us in the school, and it's just like our images 100% is like who we were in school.
Yeah.
One of these days, I'd love to see a little cartoon of us as kids in school. So today's little topic that we're going to talk about is Animal Crossing and Doom Eternal. They're both dropping this Friday on the same day.
Polar opposites
Yes,
of the
such
video game
opposites.
worlds coming together on one day.
Is anyone passionate about one or the other?
I am super passionate about Doom.
Yeah, we played the Doom. Me and Wes went and checked it out. It is pretty
They've
cool.
played the Doom.
They played the Doom.
I like to say the new Doom. I just played the Doom.
I was gonna say Doom for me brings back so many memories because that's really what got me into gaming.
Really?
Especially first-person shooters.
Wow.
My dad and my mom had split up, and we were spending like a month with him and his wife. He was playing Doom, got very, very frustrated, stopped playing, but left it on. I picked up 2 phone books and I put them on the chair. And I climbed up there and I started playing, and before he knew it, he came back and I had beaten 2 levels.
I want someone to animate that too.
Tiny, tiny Wes.
And he came back, he's like, what did you do? And I'm like, oh, I just played. And
He's like,
he was like, where did you get the key? And I'm like, I did this and this and this, and I got the key and I went through the door. And he's just like, what? And then he sat down, and we sat there for about probably 6 hours as I played through these dungeons and ended up by the end of the trip beating Doom 2.
So
like-
Doom's
As a
got like a
5-year-old.
sweet spot in your heart.
That's really cute.
It really does.
I have a sweet spot in my heart for Doom, but strictly because when I was a kid, I had a friend that already knew how to mod stuff. So he made a mod of Doom where you're only shooting Simpsons characters in the background the entire time I was playing that.
Oh, interesting.
What did you like about the new one that sets it apart from the other games?
It's not so much setting apart as it just does it a little better. Like, you're doing the same thing. You're killing demons, but it does a good job of like making you mix up your powers, right? Like if you get a chainsaw kill, you'll get more ammo. If you set guys on fire, you'll get an armor bonus. So
Nice.
it keeps the game interesting and keeps you from just repetitively using your best weapon over and over again.
Wes, don't you just go through games using your best weapon repetitively?
I mean, not necessarily. So that's one thing that I really liked about Doom is like each weapon had its own like specialty piece. Like there were mods for each gun, and you could upgrade them over time. For example, the assault rifle also had like a sniper mode, and you use that to break off specific pieces of enemies.
Right,
So
or
it's
you
like-
could get the sticky.
Yeah,
it
or
had
the
like a
sticky grenade launcher,
mod.
and you could use that. But you had to be really conservative about your ammo because you could use your chainsaw on like a normal enemy, and you'd get some ammo back, but it takes time to recharge.
Oh, right, and you only recharge your very first
one,
blip
so you can-
of chainsaw juice, gas,
And-
whatever a chainsaw
Chainsaw juice!
So if you wanted to, and it was interesting to look at because me and Wes took kind of separate strategies here. Wes saved up and then like chainsawed one of the really big
big
guys.
ones, yeah.
Yeah, whereas I would just use the chainsaw every chance I got on the little guys to get more ammo back. So yeah, it encourages different play styles and a lot of using your secondary abilities.
You know, I've played a lot of first-person shooters over the years. It was difficult. Like I had it set to a higher difficulty setting, but even on the normal difficulty setting, people were dying and like doing the challenges and stuff. There were so many times where I got down to like 4 HP and had to like run away behind a corner and then execute a small enemy to get health back. It was just like those really intense moments where I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna die here, and then like have to like run away and do these crazy like dodge moves. Made me really happy because I turned around and there were like 4 of the devs just watching me play.
That's
and I'm
great.
just like, yay!
Yeah, there's glory kills for health too. I forgot. So there's
Yeah.
armor, ammo, and health. health.
And you you can pull out somebody's eye, and then it's like, hey.
That sounds really exciting, but
I've
what
always-
about Animal Crossing?
Yes, on
opposite
the other
side
On the complete opposite end of the spectrum.
I know nothing about Animal Crossing except what people have told me about it, and
Same.
this is the pitch that I was given from someone that was really excited about Animal Crossing. I'm not an Animal Crossing fan, I don't know anything about it. Please pitch the game to me. He goes, all right, so the game starts and you're in debt, and this guy wants his money. And I'm like, I don't want to play that. This sounds like my life.
It
What do you
gets
mean?
better.
Right,
So there's a
GTA.
horse neighbor.
And then,
Student loans.
and then he's like, I'm like, you work your way out of debt? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, what happens when you're out of debt? He's like, well, then he asks if you want a bigger house, and then you're back in debt. I was like,
Oh, it's a life
Yeah,
simulator.
no, it's literally a life simulator.
Mari and I have never played any of the Animal Crossing games before, but you and I are both kind of excited to jump into it.
Yeah.
Me, on the Switch, I fell in love with Stardew Valley, and this is the first time I ever played a game like that. And I kind of just want something I can sit back and turn on every now and then. It's like, all right, let me do some crops. All right, let me make my house look a little bit nicer. I don't even know what to do in the game. I tried to watch the direct, and I was still confused, and I'm happy about that. I just know I'm going to embrace what people love about it and accept it, and so I'm excited for it.
I feel like this month I'm just a Nintendo fangirl because Cooking Mama Cookstar is coming out too.
Cocaine Mama?
Yeah,
Cocaine
star.
Mama.
Yeah.
Cocaine Mama co-star.
I mean, do you
we
see how
need
fast?
that box art.
Do you see how fast those little characters run around? Come on.
It's like,
come on.
okay, where's my kid at?
Cocaine
Ready.
Mama.
The service industry is rough. I mean,
You gotta
do a little something to stay up on your game.
Get some pep in your step.
of the two games, so you're live streaming more on Twitch now, so twitch.tv/Sohinki.
Hey, thanks. I'm probably personally going to jump into Doom. I understand the cathartic factor of taking care of stuff in Animal Crossing. I've never gotten into it. That being said, I do want to try it.
Maybe try it on stream, because I know some of your audience loves it a lot, so it might be a fun way to they kind of guide what you're doing.
Yeah.
So
What if they came out with a crossover game where the Doom Slayer has to take on
Yes.
the ultimate Animal Crossing opponent, Crippling Debt?
Yes.
I don't know how he would defeat Crippling Debt, but I
because-
feel like if anyone can, the Doom Slayer could
I
find
mean,
a way.
he'll
That's
just
a
definitely end
crazy
it by getting a
crossover.
glory kill on
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
as money rains down,
He had
chainsaw
to
and crippling
sell
debt.
all of his guns to pay off his mortgage.
It's settled.
It just ends up really depressing.
It's not settled. It's not one or the other. It's both. We
Yeah.
need a
Both of
mashup
them.
game.
Yeah, let us know in the comments below which of the two, if you're gonna be playing any, which you're more excited about. Because I want to talk to you guys about Animal Crossing. Just give me advice. I need advice on how to play this game.
And Cooking Mama Cookstar.
Cocaine Mama co-star.
Joven, with your cartoon going live soon, it's a really good segue into our main topic of the show today, which is
Segues.
all about how our LA goals have changed since we moved here. All of our pursuits of coming here, very different. How is it different? What are you guys pursuing now?
I think for me, when I moved to LA, I had this very young go-getter mindset of I need to do. I remember being on the phone with a friend of mine being I need to do something that matters. I want to win best screenplay, best picture. I had this idea that I need to be remembered for something, And now my mindset is I just want to do something I love and be happy. And that's
I just
it.
need a paycheck.
I want to be happy. I want to be with people that I love, and and that's it. That's all that matters.
That's
to
what
me.
we're doing here.
Yeah.
We're not paying you for this, though. Sorry, buddy. For me, I talked about being in post, and then I loved being on camera so much, and I just made those opportunities happen. Geek Down was a show that FLitz and I did really early on in our careers. In order to kind of force my way on camera when I was at Clever Movies, I would write some of the stories, and it was back around Thanos was being introduced into the MCU. So I would write some of the stories for Tatiana Carrier. If she ever sees this, she's just gonna kill me. But I would overcomplicate the stories.
Hilarious.
So that when she looked at them, she'd be like, I have no clue what any of this means. And I'd be like, well, if you want, I can do it. I know these things. Yeah, and she'd be like, all right, fine, you can take this one. So I would get on camera and talk about Thanos being introduced and what that could mean in the MCU. I think my first one was talking about Catwoman because she was sick that day. And I knew there was one story that needed to be done about Catwoman in Dark Knight Rises. And she said she was feeling sick. She didn't want to do the last one. I was like, if you want to go home and just get some rest, I'll actually take this last piece. And so that's how I weaseled my way on camera. And again, we've been on the adventure that we have been on camera, but recently I think my goals have really changed because I found so much passion organizing stuff and even this and working with you to produce this. I just find so much fun to keep seeing an image and creating it and working on the cartoon that I'm working on right now. And that's not the only thing in production. Like, I have a bunch of shows that I'm actually pitching through meetings right now, and hopefully they get picked up. And like, that's the new goal, is I want to create shows and hire my friends. I think that's fun. And I like cartoons a little bit more because I grew up in a very, like, I love slapstick when it's animated. Because I grew up with like Looney Tunes, and I loved actually the Three Stooges cartoon. When that was a favorite of mine when I was really little. And so being able to just
Wait,
do
Three Stooges had a
There's
cartoon?
yeah, they had a cartoon.
I don't remember that either.
It was like 60s, maybe. I don't know. It was a long time
Joven's
ago.
like, I'm 55 years old.
But there's something that I love about physical humor in an animated form, and I think it's a really fun way to tell stories, and I want to do that more.
Come on, Joven. We know you like physical humor in the real form.
Oh, yeah.
With,
Like,
in the form of
Kids
children
falling
getting
over,
hurt. Yeah,
that's
yeah.
great. One what I love more than kids falling over? Kids failing spelling bees.
Kabaragoya. I know it. Cabaragoya. Kabaragoya.
Kabaragoya is spelled Kabaragoya.
That's nuanced.
What? That's so
You can
niche.
see their inside.
Okay, 5 years have gone by since I moved here. I didn't think I would still be here, to be honest. You know, this year my goals have really changed, and it came from last December following my mom around when she was doing her ballet stuff and her production for the Nutcracker, and I had this moment where I realized that this wasn't gonna last forever. Like,
That's
at
so
some
recent.
point.
Like this last December?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. This
So-
is like, I just had like an existential crisis, basically, because I'm like, at some point, I'm going to lose my parents, and it's an inevitable thing. And I had a moment where I'm like, I want to make something with her. And so that is one of the things I'm pursuing this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
And we might actually see it on this channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then a couple months went by, and I watched Mythic Quest, and it's made by Rob McElhenney, who is Mac on Always Sunny, which is a show that a lot of us here like. And he had this awesome speech right before it, and it was really literally about like, work with the people you love, make content that you love. Who cares if 2 people watch it? That is the pursuit of what you should do for your life, and that is the legacy that you are going to leave behind, and that's the only thing in life that matters. And it was an awesome speech.
Is the only reason we're doing this show right now because you saw Mythic Quest?
And
That's a great question.
watch Mythic
It
Quest.
was literally a huge, like, it was one of the best speeches I've ever heard. I don't know if it was recorded or anything. I wish you guys could hear it,
I
but
think
like,
he posted a short snippet on his Instagram
Did
or
he?
something.
It's Apple TV. There's
It
8
was-
shows on there. Get
it was
Apple
so
TV and watch the
good.
show.
it's really shifted my perspective of what I want to do, and I miss you guys. I love you guys. I just want to do stuff with you guys, and this makes me so happy because it's the type of content that I know that I'll look back 10 years later, 50 years later, 204 years later when I'm a total cyborg and I'll watch it and be like,
Just for
this is awesome.
Accessing memory banks.
Yeah.
I like that
delete.
one.
And it'll be this dumb conversation we're having.
Lasercorn, when we met you, you were just a dude jumping off roofs into pools, and now you have a kid. How have your goals changed?
Oh man,
Yeah.
you did jump off the roof.
Jump off the roof into a pool.
I
What?
forgot about that.
Yeah, no one told that cool story.
Andrea was very concerned, I remember.
Yeah.
That was so long
Oh my
ago.
God!
Yeah.
Now I'm remembering
Wow,
this.
yeah,
It was my birthday. I wanted to jump
Were
off
you
the roof
okay?
into the pool.
Yeah, his roommate
Andrea-
that ran the house got
his
so
roommate
mad
was
at him
really
afterwards.
freaked out. Apparently somebody else had
Yeah.
like died or really hurt themselves.
I
doing
just
that
remember
before.
Andrea, our friend Andrea was there, and she was like, I'm leaving. Right after he jumped into the pool. She's like, I don't want to be around for this.
Yeah, that's probably smart. So my goal pretty much moving out here was to, find a job, hopefully something using my degree with editing in TV. That didn't really work out. You kind of got to know someone if you want like a TV editing job. But then, my goal did shifted. When I first got the job and I'm like, oh, you could make money off cutting and editing gaming videos for YouTube, I'm like, oh, well, I just want to do this. And
That was
I've
at
kinda-
Mahalo?
What?
Was that
Yeah.
Mahalo?
Yeah, that was Mahalo.
He was cast in StarCraft.
What? Yeah, I was cast in
Yeah.
StarCraft.
Diamond tier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we kept trying to like push you to do StarCraft. So.
No, the
man
he
we
who
don't
shall not
mention.
be named. Yeah, kept pushing StarCraft, and I'm like, but I want to play other games that are
You could have been Husky StarCraft.
We can refer to him as chocolate ice cream.
Yeah.
Chocolate.
Chocolate ice cream.
But what about
Just
now?
in
Like
general.
we've kind of like done our YouTube thing, and now we're coming back. But like, do you have any other
My
goals?
goal
moving
is to make enough money to support my child. By the way, I'll be invoicing you.
Hilarious.
No, I do. I want to make more stuff. I want to write stuff, scripted stuff.
I have had a blast writing with you, but I've also hated it at the same time. I'll watch like TV shows, and I'll just see like plot happen just like magically, and I'm like, oh, I get it. They had to do it to progress the story. But if I'm in a writer's room with you, you would never allow that because you're like, no, that
I'm
role
like,
doesn't
why are
make
they doing
sense.
this? Why didn't they do this instead?
But I think it's made me a better writer
I'm
for
very
it.
annoying to write with. Yeah, and I have some other goals and stuff that I'm working on,
Little
but I
secret
can't.
projects?
Yeah, I can't announce. Some
Not
Well, I didn't sign an NDA,
Yeah.
so I'll tell you.
Yeah. oh no, not my stuff. Projects you're working on for you. No. But yeah, so I'm working on some stuff, and like you said, we're writing some stuff, and hopefully that stuff gets made into good stuff.
Man, how things have changed. I think they're still the same. I think if anything, they've expanded after understanding like the potential of what we are allowed to do and capable of doing and getting results has expanded in our time out here. Essentially, my goal has expanded where, my goal was essentially, right, the movie screen, the television. Now I'm like, we could create a media empire because it's the movie screen, the television, TikTok, Instagram, you know what I mean? Like Flibble Dibs, which probably hasn't come out yet, but it's going to be
You'll make it.
I have an Omni-Man complex, which is I have a desire to be in several places at once at any time. And it makes sense. That's kind of how my goal has expanded, where to be on television, social media, I create music, so I'm on Spotify and SoundCloud, right?
Where,
So-
are you creating music right now where people can listen to your stuff?
yeah, of course. I'm on
Tell them where to find it.
on SoundCloud and Spotify and Apple Music and everywhere. Nerdsworth, please put pressure on me because I have a lot of music I haven't released and I love to share it.
I want
Release it.
I want a
Pressuring
song.
you enough.
Pressure.
Release
Can
it.
you make a song about us?
Yeah, I have, as we know, and I'm going to. I have to.
Can you-
That's how I
'Cause you
learned to
made the
appreciate my
Carvenger
friends.
song.
Yeah, Carvenger song. I made a song
Vengers.
for Wes. Like me and Noah have made music together. Like that is how I've learned to paint imagery of my friends and how I show them I love them by putting a vibrational frequency to their name or essence.
You sing your love to us.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a bard, I
Sing me a
guess, to a
story.
degree. But yeah, so, and I think it's just an expansion of that. And next is really to captivate the screen in terms of acting. And I think that really just means taking classes and hustling and auditioning, which I'm not good at because I have no representation.
So when you started showing up on my channel, we were doing board game stuff. A lot of people started buying. It's like, what has he been doing? Like for like the last 2 years, like what have you been working on?
As we embrace Avengers, right? Like I've been building the X-Men, surrounding myself with very talented mutants who have big ideas. We're called the Royal Nerd Society, RNS, which it did not initially stand for that. Real ones will know what RNS stand for. But Royal Nerd Society. I love that none of you will know. Royal Nerd Society.
We're not real ones.
We're a group of creators who
Not
just
a real one.
Real one, yeah. Group of creators who want to do dope stuff. And between that and putting music, and we have dance events, starting a MC series. So going with the media empire, I have millions of ideas, and I just want to put them all
You're a
out there.
creative warlock.
Yes.
Hence the hat.
Hence the hat.
For me, I mean, honestly, when I came out here, my goals were to do something and be able to be creative, because I love being creative. Come out here and do that and make my hobby of wanting to be creative into a job so that I could start a family. So a little background on me. I've wanted to be a dad since I was 15 years old. So like
Thankfully,
that
you didn't do it at 15.
like, eventually, when I get to a certain point, I wanted to be a dad. So my goals haven't really changed too much in a certain sense, because like back then I was a little more naive about stuff. So I really wanted to be able to like help people. Working with kids is a big passion of mine. So now I'm trying to do a lot more charity work, specifically targeting like places that help
Which
kids.
you've been working on.
So you're
We
working
can't
on a
talk
really
about
big
it
project.
too
Can't talk
much.
I
about
can't
it.
talk about it too much, but there is a big project coming, guys.
It's maybe
And
the reason
we
why your
know-
channel's been a little quiet, but stay subscribed to the IRL bros.
there's
We
a-
know
August
how much work you've put in and how stressed you've been over the course of the past year.
I've
but
never
it's
seen Wes look more
awesome.
broken every time I've seen
See,
him.
no, I see the opposite.
No, I'm joking.
I-
It's
no.
tired. It's tired.
Yeah,
Broken
no,
is wrong.
I'm very, very excited about it. You know, there's been a lot of.
Oh wait, no, that's not hair dye.
I don't have to pay for it anymore, guys. But yeah, I'm very, very excited for it. It's gonna be really, really cool. Mari is in it a little bit, and we've got a bunch of people you might recognize. So yeah, stay tuned for that. It's gonna be the
It's
biggest.
like the biggest thing you've ever produced.
It's definitely the biggest thing I've ever been a
I
part
told
of.
him in the car. We were driving from that cloak photo shoot that we did. I was like, dude, I'm proud of you. Like, you just grown a lot. I think we've all, in just the last 2 years, have really grown as adults and as business people. So I'm excited to see our goals because I know that we can obtain those goals.
Look at us being adults, you guys. We have companies. We're doing stuff.
Exactly.
We're living the LA thing.
I think that's something to celebrate in each of us, and each of you should
Because
celebrate.
it's not easy to do.
I want to say this because it's a quote that came from a professor of mine in college, and it's something that like really motivated me when I was coming out here. And I was like, I remember asking her name was Professor Goenka, and I remember asking her, I said, is it really that hard to be in LA? Like, how hard is it? Is it really as hard as people say? And she said, Matthew, she called me Matthew.
That's his real name.
That's my real name. She said, Matthew, the only people that fail in LA are the people that give up.
Yeah.
Oof.
Did anyone else just get punched in the stomach with that one? All right.
Yeah.
Don't stop
Man.
moving.
Yeah, I think that's true for anything that you're pursuing.
Yeah.
So, wherever you are.
I don't know if this will make it in the cut because it's a little bit long-winded, but I don't know when else to say it. I am really happy to continue pursuing stuff in gaming, and it's an industry I never thought that I would be in, and I want to thank you guys for championing me for so many years. And from the get-go, like, you guys have uplifted me since day one, despite all of our like sibling arguments that we have,
Despite
and all
you being
of that.
good at video games.
Shut up!
It was like, well, he's uplifting you for so long. He had to smack you back down.
I swear to God, I would not be in this industry for this long if it weren't for you guys. And I really appreciate
That's
it.
super sweet.
Yeah, you guys are dope.
Same, because I saw the Mahalo thing.
Yeah, and you didn't do
was
it.
too good to be true, and I wasn't gonna do it. And then Jovian called me. He was like, Flitz, I got the perfect job. And I
They're
was like,
paying us, man.
He was like, they're gonna pay us. I was like, there's no possible way.
Yeah.
I legitimately went to that
thought it was
interview
fake.
out of curiosity because I was like, there's no way this company is real. Because in the listing, just real quick, they said, we will do your laundry for you. We have a private in-house
Yep.
chef.
Yep.
Also, you'll be playing video
Which
games
was all
for your
true,
job.
by the way.
It was all true.
Wait, didn't you guys get massages and stuff?
No, there was a massage person that came in, like,
Yeah. There was a
And-
person that came in
and
and they
sometime.
did free car
Oh, this
washes.
was before my time.
Yeah.
The car washes were I remember
I was
that.
like,
I thought I was
$10
going.
though. Cost $10 for the car wash.
I'm blind, so when I read the company name, I thought I was going to work for Machinima. So when I pulled up to the building, I thought I was in the wrong spot.
Are you serious?
I thought I was going
you
to work
thought
for
Mahalo was
Machinima.
Machinima?
I did.
You dodged a bullet on that one.
Guys, that's what our goal is.
Those two words aren't even remotely close.
What did he say?
I guess they both have MAs. Machinima,
yeah.
Mahalo.
Any 6 questions where we answer any 6 questions that you guys have to ask us.
That's right. At Chihab Senpai 5000, favorite anime series?
Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Best one.
Samurai Champloo.
Attack on Titan.
Good one.
Samurai Champloo.
The Guyver.
Very good.
I've got one word.
You say the Guyver?
Bang.
What?
Cowboy Bebop.
Cowboy, but yeah.
And yes, I said Guyver. It's the
Yeah.
only anime that I know.
At Nerdy Tattooed Luke asks, think you guys will do a Dungeons and Dragons campaign? Funny you
Funny you
should
should mention
mention. All right. At Oceana Guzman 1 asks, do you have any Netflix show recommendations?
Right now, The Witcher.
Ooh, Next in Fashion with Tan France. It's like the most positive reality TV show I've ever seen. Everyone is so nice to each other. I love it.
I think the last thing I watched on Netflix that I really liked is the show called Maniac.
That
And-
was such a good series.
Yeah.
Going back and watching the Clone Wars. There's just so many moments in Star Wars lore that come back to the Clone Wars, and it's something I skipped out.
I don't know if I should recommend it because I just started watching it, but Lock and Key on Netflix, I really liked the book or graphic novel or whatever you want to call it. I'm not 100% sold on the show yet. It has its moments, definitely. So I think it's at least worth checking out if you like the book.
I was curious about it.
Yeah.
All right. At Sebastian.brr asks, what houses from Harry Potter are you?
Slytherin.
Slytherin.
Ravenclaw.
I'm split between two. With the first test I took, I got Slytherin like 6 times, and then I took one recently, and it was Gryffindor. So, Slytherdor.
Yeah. I'm a Gryffindor Ravenclaw.
I'm a Hufflepuff.
Yeah. And I
Yeah,
think that
you
makes
are.
sense because we like walk the line and we want to like follow until we don't want to, and then we're like, nah.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we have every house represented.
At avi.re/Ann asks, what sci-fi film would you say is the greatest of all time? Mine's 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Treasure Planet.
That's a good one.
So I have 2 that I really like. One of them is Minority Report, and then I also really liked Live, Die, Repeat, Edge of Tomorrow, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
great
Oh,
one.
Edge
Yeah.
of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
1977 Star Wars started life for a lot of people.
Fifth Element.
Fifth Element,
Ooh, it's
Nice.
good.
It's my baby.
Is
I'm
that
gonna
the ring you
say
have on?
Ghost in the Shell.
the live action.
The
No.
anime.
Why are you triggering me like that?
Aliens.
Aliens is great.
Aliens or Alien?
Aliens.
Yeah.
with the-
Game
With the
over, man.
Marine.
Game over.
Game over, man. It's game over.
Mostly they come at night.
All right, last question.
Question number
At
6.
Justice Bellow 5 asks, what is your zodiac sign?
Virgo.
Taurus.
Scorpio.
I believe I'm Taurus.
Gemini.
Yep. Both
You
Geminis.
guys are the twin Geminis.
Yeah.
Wow. And that's it. Those are our NE6 questions. If you guys want to ask us anything, make sure you hashtag NE6 questions all across social media, and we'll try to find them.
Because get it, we're answering any 6 questions.
He was so proud of it.
And last but not least, we leave you with a nugget of information, just a
Wisdom.
little wisdom from the
To
mind
unlock
of
your brain.
Jovenshire. We like to call these a Jovenism, and
Lasercorn, I think, hasn't done one yet.
Oh yeah. What is this word even? That's not even a word.
yeah, just
Right.
Just sound it out.
Yep,
Okay.
sound it out.
This one is 9/21/2018, Iceland, and he's talking
We
about
traveled together.
going to a theater performance. Sometimes I like to bask in the arts.
Oh my goodness.
I believe he
I
was
don't know,
going
because
for,
that was vacation. I might have just been slurring my words.
I believe he was going for
Bass?
bask
Bask.
with a K.
Yeah.
Instead, you got Bass, the Egyptian cat god.
Yeah.
Bass.
This and many more random things on the next episode. We will see you next week. Make sure you follow everybody on social media and have a wonderful time until we see you next week.
I would like to mention, I know that it's definitely Basque. I think I know that. It might have been just slurring.
What is
'cause
that? Okay,
I
but
was traveling and I was tired.
Did
you
you're
figure that
traveling, you're feeling quirky,
before or
it's
after?
fine.
Like, after they corrected you for that, is that when you learned it?
I don't know.